Alright, I'm back on Dynasty League Baseball. I'm in my 75 Reds season. I actually started this season before they were doing as played. I have two seasons of as played, and this Red season is not. I kind of like it both ways. I kind of like being in control of the rosters and making all the decisions. So it works both ways. Cincinnati is 10-5 through 15 games. They just lost a tough game to San Francisco 7-3, where they just couldn't quite get things going. Little things here and there. They had chances, but San Francisco beat them. So this is going to be the second game of a two-game series against the Giants. But off to a good start as Cincinnati, as they should be. They're a great team. From a managing standpoint, they're a pretty easy team to manage. Everyone has pretty clearly defined roles on this team. So even though it's not as played, it's not hard to pretty much do things basically the way they did them. Mostly everyday players, and the bullpens are pretty clearly defined. We got 88-degree weather, partly cloudy, 13 miles in, so that could be a problem for home runs on deep drives. We got hot weather, so the pitchers are going to lose a few endurance points for how many batters they can face. And we got a day game following a night game, which means my catcher, Johnny Bench, is tired, so we'll probably use Bill Plummer. We're going to leave the roster alone, but here you get a chance to move guys up and down at times. So far, it's only been Vukovic sitting there. And you see, I do have a tired bullpen. Don Gullett's going to pitch. I do have Eastwick and McEnany available, and I got a couple of low endurance guys that I could use if I need to, but hopefully Don Gullett will give me some innings. And let's see who's pitching. Ed Halicki, right? He's going to pitch. Going to load the last lineup, but then I'm going to make some changes because I got to give Bench the day off. This was a righty lineup as well. So just bear with me a second, see if I want to make any changes. I think I'm still going to go with this lineup. I could put Dreesen in, but now I don't have my three hitter against the. Could bat Foster third, Griffey fourth. And we could put Perez fifth. And he's alrighty. We can do Geronimo, Concepcion, Plummer. It looks okay. I could put Dreesen in the game. But he's a C in left. See, George Foster, how many at-bats did Foster have that year? Foster, he had 483 ABs, so he didn't play like a full 134 games. So I do try and give him a rest here and there. But I'm going to leave the lineup as is since we lost the last game. So we're going to go with this lineup. And let's just start playing. Here we go. 88-degree weather. Wind blowing in. Gullett can still face 27 to start. I forgot if you lose 3, right? Yeah, you lose 3 for the weather in the 80s. So he starts normally at 30, which we can see here. His endurance is usually 30. It's down to 27. He's an A and a -3, so he holds runners on well. Thomason's going to lead it off. He's batting 200. No homers, 3 runs batted in for the Giants. And here we go. And we got a high fly ball to center field to start things off Don Gullett's card. Geronimo will put that away for the first out. Gullett so far is 2-1 in 20 2/3 innings. He's given up 2 home runs. He's got a 106 whip and a 218 earned run average. He struck out 22 and walked 7. Darryl Thomas is going to bat. He is batting 276 with a homer and 6 runs batted in for the Giants. And we got an infield range check out first of the game, 543. Let's see what it's going to be. Got a 31 dice roll, which is a smash up the middle. It's going to be Concepcion. He's got an A range. It's harder on turf, though, to make this play. Off balance throw. And he got him. Nice play from Concepcion. Gets the job done there up the middle for the second out. Bring up Bobby Mercer, hitting 400 with 3 homers and 11 ribbies early on in the 75 season. Gullett will deal, and a high fly ball to right field. Griffey is under it, makes the catch, and we will go to the bottom of the first. get a look at the Giants pitcher, Ed Halicki. And he was 9-13 with a 3.49, good ERA. So far this year, he's 0-2. He's got a 3.29 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP, so pretty close to his season averages. Pete Rose will lead it off, batting .344. No homers, 6 runs batted in. Halicki's a right-hander. He can face 22 to start. He lost 3. He's usually 25. And Rose will bat to start things off in an infield range check, 563. And we're going to see what this is going to be, a 66, which is a high chopper to third. Miller is going to have to kind of come in and make this play. He's a B. And he gets him. Nice play. So we got a couple of nice defensive plays here to start. And with 1 out, Joe Morgan will bat. Morgan's only hitting .211, but he does have 2 homers and 10 ribbies. And he does have a .352 on base percentage, so he's been getting on base. A lot of walks. Here's a hard ground ball to second. Easy play for Thomas, and there's going to be 2 quick outs for the Reds here in the bottom of the first. We'll bring up George Foster batting third here. Bench is resting, day game after a night game. Foster is hitting .214 with 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. And he strikes out. So, through 1, we got no score. Gullett will be back on the mound. Gary Matthews, who homered in yesterday's game, is going to be up. He's got a home run, 7 ribbies, batting .125. Hit a big home run in yesterday's game, and he strikes out here, though, for the first out. Bring up Gary Maddox. Maddox hitting .238 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. And he's got a soft ground ball to short. Concepcion's got an easier play this time and throws him out. For the second out, 2 out, nobody on. Chris Spire will bat. Spire batting .302. No homers, 6 runs batted in. And there's a high fly ball to center. Cesar Geronimo is under it, makes the catch. And that's going to send us to the bottom of the second, scoreless. Still looking for the first hit of the game for either side. Ken Griffey's going to lead it off. Griffey batting .360 with no homers and 8 runs batted in. Just take a quick look. Griffey hit 4 homers in 75. And he's got himself a walk. That'll explain that 500 on base percentage, as Griffey not only hitting but getting walks. Ed Halicki is a average middle of the pack. We're holding runners on. He's a 0 for steals, and Hill is a -1. Now Griffey can run. Griffey has stole 16 bases. He's a 3 to get the lead, and then a 5 to steal. I'm going to let Perez swing here. Perez batting 169, and he walks. He's got 2 homers and 13 ribbies, batting .169. Again, that was on base percentage a little bit higher because he's been getting some walks. So first and second, nobody out for Cesar Geronimo. Reds got their first threat. He's hitting .327, no homers, but he's got 10 runs batted in, and he's going to swing. We're working towards the bottom of the order. And he hits a soft grounder to second. That's going to get the out at first, but both runners should move up here on the soft ground ball out. Second and third, 1 out for Concepcion. Bill Plummer on deck. Concepcion's only batting .154. He's got 5 ribbies. Halicki trying to get him to pop up or strike him out. And here's a high fly ball to right. It's going to be option, and I'm probably going to try and score Griffey here. It's Mercer, who's a 0 arm in right. And we're going to try and score Griffey, 89%. So throw is coming home, and that should be easy safe, 34. And the Reds get on the board. Sac fly for Concepcion. Griffey scores the first run. It's 1-0 Reds. Now Plummer with a chance for a clutch hit with a runner on second. He doesn't have the clutch attribute, and Halicki has no situation qualities like Jam, so it's just going to be a normal at bat on the card. And it's an infield range check, 548. 59. That is a high chopper to short. Spire is going to have to race in. He's a B. And Bill Plummer, of all people, beats out the infield hit on the chopper. And he's going to be on first. Perez gets the third. So on the chopper, Plummer on the infield hit is on with a single. It's first and third, 2 out. Gullett, the pitcher, is up. 230 against right-hand batters, so not too shabby. 226 average overall. So he can hit a little bit. First and third, 2 out. And an error check. Interesting. Let's see who the error check's going to be on. This is a big play, and it's right field, Mercer. Most of these outfield plays are caught. 63 should be an out. And a short fly to right, and he does put it away. So we're going to go to the top of the third. Reds now lead it 1-0 on the Concepcion sac fly. And Bruce Miller will lead it off. No homers, 3 ribbies, batting .214 for the Giants. And we got a bizarre play. So let's see, this could be anything. 550. Line drive to left, sinking quickly. Foster running hard, and it gets past him. So Geronimo has to run it down, and it's going to be a double. They're checking Foster for an injury, and he look like he's going to have to come out of the game. So we lose Foster for a couple of games. I'm going to put Dreesen in. Get a lefty bat in there anyway. And we got a runner on second. Nobody out for Mark Hill, batting .296 with 2 ribbies. And there's a soft ground ball to third. Because it's a soft ground ball, it might still get the runner to third, but it is hit to third. So let me see. Yeah, he does still get the third on the soft grounder. So runner on third, 1 out for Halicki. Pitcher up, we can bring the infield in. Not much of a hitter. 110 against lefties. And there's a pop up to first. So they do not get the run in with 1 out. And they're now going to need a 2-out hit from Thomason. And as you see, Gullett does have the tough and a jam quality. So with 2 out and a runner in scoring position, that is activated. And there's a base hit to center field. Big hit for Thomason. That's going to tie the game up. Gary Thomason with a big base hit off Gullett. Picks up his pitcher who couldn't get the run in, and now Thomason's on first with 2 out for Thomas. And a 460 high fly ball to Geronimo is going to end the third. But we got a good game going here. 1-1. And we're going to have the top of the Reds order. Pete Rose leading it off. He is 0 for 1. He grounded to third in his first at-bat. And he's going to ground to short this time. Easy play for Spire, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Bring up Joe Morgan. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to second his first time up. And Joe Morgan. Let's see if there's any check on this one. There is a check on Halicki's home runs per 9, and it's a 6, so it's just going to be a deep drive. And there is a 4. The deep drive is to down the right field line. He's got B power. And an 88, that's going to be gone anyway, I believe. Yep, that's going to be long gone. So Morgan's still going to get his home run. And the Reds are going to jump out to a 2-1 lead. So that was a home run on Morgan's card. But there's a thing in Dynasty League Baseball, and I'll show it to you in a second. But here's Morgan making it 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. I'm going to show you Ed Halicki's card. And if you see Ed Halicki's card where it says deep drive, see how there are no result numbers on either the left or the right side? That means he did not give up a lot of home runs. As you see, he only gave up 6 in how many innings he pitched? 159 innings. Anytime a batter hits a home run and there are no results numbers for deep drive on the pitcher's card for that side of the bat that the batter hits, so in this case Morgan is left-handed, and he doesn't have it on the right either, but he has no result numbers on the left. So then we have to do one other D10 roll, and we roll it against his home runs per 9 innings. Halicki's home runs per 9 innings is .3. You multiply that by 10, so it becomes a 3. And then anything 3 or less would have still been a homer. Anything 4 or higher is a deep drive. So that was a 6, I think, on the D10. It became a deep drive, but Morgan hit the home run anyway. So now Dreesen's going to get his first AB coming in for Foster. And there's a base hit to center field. So Dreesen is on with 1 out. His first AB is a hit, and Griffey will bat with Dreesen on at first and 1 out. And there's a base hit to right. So the Reds putting some hits together now. Going to have a choice with Dreesen. Let me see what the percentages are. I'm going to try it. 76%. There's a benefit to getting the third with less than 2 outs. And that should be safe with a 39. So Dreesen gets the third with 1 out. So it's first and third, 1 out for Perez. Chance to add to this lead. Halicki in a little bit of trouble here. And there's a base hit to right. 3 singles in a row for the Reds, and they lead it 3-1. And now here we go again, and Griffey is even a higher chance to get the third. They probably know he's not even going to throw it. They don't. So first and third, 1 out again for Geronimo, and it's 3-1 Reds. And he walks, so they're going to have the bases loaded with 1 out for Concepcion. Bases loaded, 1 out for Concepcion. Reds already lead at 3-1, trying to avoid getting swept in this 2-game series. Concepcion will bat with Plummer on deck. Halicki needs a ground out here. And he shot or a strikeout. He gets the strikeout of Concepcion. And there are 2 out now with the bases loaded for Bill Plummer. Plummer in. He's 1 for 1. He got that infield hit first time up. He's in for Johnny Bench day game after a night game. And this is a big point in this game. 3-1, but the Reds have a shot to blow it open. 885, and it's a base hit. Base hit to center field. It's going to score at least 1. I didn't see if it was second to home. It's choice. 38%, we're going to hold them. So we're going to do a little merry-go-round. Bases still loaded. 2 out, 4-1 Reds, and Gullett up. And again, Gullett is not an automatic out at the plate. So Halicki's going to have to make a pitch here to Gullett. And a 370 is a strikeout. So through 3, the Reds now lead it 4-1. Morgan started it with that homer. And then they put a string of hits together. And they take a 4-1 lead into the 4th for Gullett. It's going to be Bobby Mercer leading it off. And there's a base hit. So the hits are coming here. Mercer singles to right. And the Giants have the leadoff man on for Gary Matthews. When your team scores, you like to shut them down in the next inning. Gullett, infield range check. This could be anything. And we got a 21, which is a smash up the middle towards Morgan. He is in A range. 87 is a high number, though, and it's off his glove. Could not make the play. Infield single. First and second. Nobody out for Gary Maddox, and here come the Giants. And here's a bizarre play. What a time for a bizarre play. We already had one of these. 386. We got swing, chopper towards short. Concepcion fields it, flips the ball to second. Matthews slides hard in second and takes out Morgan. Broke up the double play. Oh no, now I'm losing Morgan? Oh yeah, I just lost Morgan in the game. Okay, so maybe Doug Flynn will come in. I guess so. Yeah, I'll bring in Doug Flynn, take Morgan's place. And so we did get an out there. It's first and third, 1 out for Spire. We'll play the infield back with a 4-1 lead. We've lost 2 of our starters in this game. And there's a double play ground ball to short. So that will get Gullett out of this inning. It's going to go 6-4-3. And the double play ends the inning. But can't be happy losing 2 of my starters. 1 for 2 games and the other for 3, I believe. And Pete Rose will lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th. Reds lead it 4-1, and we got another infield range check. This is going to be a slow roller towards Thomason. He's a C range. And it's a bang-bang play. And he beats it out. Rose beats it out for the infield hit. So he's on first with nobody out for Doug Flynn. 4-1. We already have a lead, so I'm going to let him swing. And it's an error check. Right field, Mercer. That was, I think one of the last one might have been Mercer as well. This should be an easy catch. Let's see, short fly to right, and he has it. So 1 out, Rose on at first for Dan Dreesen. Dreesen's 1 for 1. He came in for Foster, who got injured. And that's a soft ground ball to first. Rose will get to second. The only out will be at first base. So now 2 out, Rose at second for Griffey. Chance for a clutch hit here from Griff. And 662 is a base hit, and that's going to score the run from second. And it's going to be 5-1 Cincinnati. Big hit for Griffey. Scores Rose without a throw. And Halicki now has no stuff, as when you give up 5 runs in Dynasty League Baseball, you are branded no stuff, and you are now a tired pitcher. With 2 out and Perez up, I'm actually going to see if Griffey can swipe a base here. Looks like he gets the lead, so they're probably throwing through. And a 24 is probably going to be safe. So Griffey makes this, gets the steal. Runner on second, 2 out for Perez, and Perez has the clutch factor, so that is activated with 2 out and a runner in scoring position against the tired Halicki, but he strikes out. So the Reds add a run. They take a 5-1 lead into the 5th. That might be the last of Halicki. We'll see. And Bruce Miller is going to lead it off 1 for 1. He doubled in his first AB. And there's a hard grounder to short. Concepcion takes care of that for the first out. That'll bring up Mark Hill. Hill is 0 for 1. And there's a high fly ball to Geronimo, 2 out. And with the pitcher coming up, I would expect a pinch hitter, even though it's 2 outs, nobody on. He's been branded tired, having given up the 5 runs. We'll see, though. Let's see what they do with Halicki. And yes, Dave Heverlow's in the bullpen, and Von Joshua is going to pinch hit. I remember him with the Brewers. He had 507 ABs in 75 and hit 318. So he's going to bat here lefty-lefty against Gullett. He's batting 389 on the season, and he doubles down the line. Pinch hit double to left for Von Joshua. Came in hitting 389, and he's going to add to that. Probably be close to 400 now. And Thomason will bat with 2 out runner on second. Gullett's jam quality is active. And there's a high fly ball to Geronimo, and Gullett gets out of the 5th inning. I'm going to get a new pitcher as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Geronimo, Concepcion, and Plummer. And we'll take a quick look at Dave Heverlow, 3-1 with a save. 3-1 with a save, 2.39 ERA in 64 innings. So had a good year in 75, although in the replay he's struggled with a 7.50 ERA and a 1.92 WHIP. So he's been beaten up early in 12 innings, and he walks the leadoff hitter. So he has been underperforming so far for the Giants based on his actual season. Runner on first, nobody out. Concepcion's going to swing up 5-1, working towards the bottom of the order. And there's a grounder. It's just going to be a fielder's choice to shortstop. They'll get Geronimo at second. Concepcion will be on first with 1 out for Plummer. If this game continues, we'll be able to give bench the full day's rest and hopefully give our bullpen a little rest, but we'll see. There's another fielder's choice grounder to third. So Concepcion will be out at second, and Plummer will be on at first for Gullett. Gullett batting, 2 out, obviously swinging. He is 0 for 2. And an infield range check. 79. That is a deep into the hole at short. Spire's going to have to make a play to get the pitcher here. And he does it. What a nice play. Diving stop by Spire, and he makes the play. So it took a great play to get the pitcher there, Don Gullett. And we're going to go to the 6th, 5-1 Cincinnati. Gullett can still face 8. Love to get some more innings out of him. And there's a grounder to second for the first out. Do have a tired bullpen. I got McEnany and Eastwick, but I would love to get more out of Gullett. Mercer up. He is 1 for 2 in the game, and he's going to ground out to first. So that's the second out of the inning. 2 out, nobody on here in the 6th. Right now the Reds in control, 5-1. They have lost a couple of players to injury, and Matthews will bat against Gullett. And that's a hard ground ball to Concepcion. Nice 1-2-3 for Gullett. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Going to be top of the order for the Reds. Rose, Flynn, and Dreesen. Not the top of the order at the start of the game, but Flynn and Dreesen are in for Morgan and Foster. Rose will bat hitting 344, and this is foul. Now we got to see if this is going to reach the stands or be caught. Small foul territory here at Riverfront, and it's going to make it into the seats. Thomas at second went over, but he could not get it. And Rose gets new life, gets another chance, and another foul. So Rose fouling off pitches here. Let's see if this one can be caught. And this one's going to go into the seats. This one's behind the plate. Hill could not get it. So Rose battling here. And now an error check. See who this is going to be on. Second base, Thomas. He is a 50 error. Smashed up the middle. Diving stop. But he throws it away. Airmailed over Thomason's head, and Rose will make second on the error. Runner on second, nobody out for Flynn. He's already in scoring position. We'll let Flynn swing. Hits a hard grounder to second. I should still get the runner to third. But it was a hard grounder. I don't know. I don't remember in this game. Yeah, there he goes. He should get to third on the grounder to second. So runner on third, 1 out. Haven't actually rolled a cards and dice game of this in a while, so I don't remember all the charts. Runner on third, 1 out for Dreesen. See if it looks like they're going to leave the infield back so a ground ball can score the run. And it's an infield range check. 45 is a hot liner to first. C range. And it gets through for a base hit, and it's going to be 6-1 Cincinnati. So Thomason could not get it. He dove, but he missed it. And Dreesen gets an RBI. So 1 out for Griffey. And he strikes out for the second out. 2 out, Dreesen on at first. Everlow is not great at holding runners on. He's a C+, which is okay, but he's a +1 on steals. But I think with a 6-1 lead, we'll just let Perez swing. And there's a base hit to center field. Going to be option to go to third. There are 2 outs. And he's 94%, so obviously we're going to go. And no throw. First and third, 2 out for Cesar Geronimo. He is 0 for 1 with 2 walks in the game, batting .321 on the season. And he strikes out, and that'll be the end of the 6th. So we're going to go top 7 with the Reds leading at 6-1. Maddox, Spire, and Miller due up against Gullett. Reds manager trying to get as many outs as possible out of Gullett here. And there's a high fly ball to the left for the first out. I would love to get into the 8th inning at least with Gullett. Give my bullpen a rest. Spire batting. Hitting .291 on the season, and he hits him. Gullett plunks Spire in a 6-1 game. That's not what you want to do. Runner on first, 1 out. Miller 1 for 2 will bat. Gullett looking for the double play ball. And it's a soft grounder to short. That's not going to be 2. As a matter of fact, Concepcion's going to only get the out at first. Spire will make it to second with 2 out. And that'll bring up Mark Hill. Giants have action in their bullpen with the pitcher up after Hill. Runner on second, 2 out. And it's going to be a pinch hitter. Rader's going to come in. He played yesterday. He was off today, but he's coming in to pinch hit here. Lefty, lefty. Kind of a weird move by the computer. And there's a strikeout on a jam. So there's that jam quality changed that. That was going to be a base hit, but Gullett's jam quality changed that to a strikeout. And he gets out of the inning. So if he didn't have the jam quality, that would have been a base hit. So we go bottom 7, and Concepcion will lead it off. Heverlo gets to pitch another inning since he leads off next inning. So they'll try and get him through this inning. And Concepcion is out on a grounder to third. 1 out. That'll bring up Plummer. Plummer's 2 for 3, filling in nicely for Johnny Bench. And another base hit. So Plummer getting a chance to play is 3 for 4. And he'll be on first with 1 out. And Gullett will try and bunt him over. Even in this 6-1 game, might as well try and get the runner to second. Fielded by the catcher. And a possible strikeout. And he does strike out. So he does not get the bunt down. He misses, and it's strike 3. So Pete Rose will bat. He's 1 for 4. Runner on first, 2 out. And he walks. First and second, 2 out. First and second, 2 out for Dougie Flynn. Working on a small bench here with all these injuries. Here's a long fly out to center field to end the inning. So it's going to go 6-1, top 8, and we're going to see a pinch hitter, I believe, leading it off for the Giants. See who it's going to be. And it's going to be Ed Goodson. Ed Goodson, another lefty. So I don't know if they are short righties on the bench, but they've been using a lot of lefty pinch hitters against Gullett. Gullett is close to at the end of his endurance, and here's an umpire reading. Several different possibilities on these umpire readings. They're checking the umpire strike zone, which is normal. And it's strike 3. Gullett gets the strikeout. I think he came in with either 21 or 22, so he hasn't struck out a lot of guys in this game. And he does. He has reached 0 on his endurance, but you still have to give up a couple of base runners before you're tired. So he's still okay right now. And here's a deep drive. Here is a deep drive. Thomason has B power, so this is possible. 71 is hit to right center field, where it's 375 feet, but a 37 is not going to do it. 336. Loses 10 with the wind. He gains 10 on the temp, but he ends up with a 341. You also get 5 for the stadium, but that is not deep enough, and it's just a long fly ball out. So Gullett maybe getting a little tired, but he's still getting outs. And he's staying out there for now because I need the innings out of my starter. Thomas will bat. And there's a double down the line. Double down the line in left field for Thomas with 2 out. Runner on second, 2 out. Still going to take me 1 more base runner before I get anybody up. Gullett's jam quality activated against Bobby Mercer, lefty-lefty. Mercer is batting 396 right now. And there's an error check. Gullett really needs his fielder to come through here. And it's going to be the shortstop, Concepcion. He's an 80 error rate. And he's going to make the play. So Concepcion picks up Gullett, makes the play, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th with the Reds leading at 6-1. New pitcher on the mound, and Dan Dreesen will bat. And there's an outfield range check. And shot in the gap in center. Maddox trying to run it down. He's an A-plus range, though, but a 98, that's a high number, and it's to the wall for a double. So Maddox would have made most of those plays, but he couldn't get to that one. And Dreesen's had himself a nice game since coming in for Forster. Runner on second, nobody out for Griffey. And there's a base hit. There's a base hit to left. It's going to be my option on scoring. There's nobody out, but Dreesen can run okay, and Matthews is a -1, 59. We're going to hold him with nobody out. First and third, nobody out for Perez. And Diaquisto is being rudely met here. There's a strikeout. First and third, one out. First and third, one out for Geronimo. Nothing to do but swing here with a 6-1 lead, and he walks. The bases are going to be loaded for Concepcion. Reds have had it going here. They only scored 3 runs and lost 7-3 yesterday. But they're trying to avoid the sweep and doing a pretty good job of it so far. 6-1, one out, bases loaded for Concepcion. Infield staying back. And he walks. Concepcion will get his 7th RBI on that walk, and the Reds will take a 7-1 lead. That'll bring up Bill Plummer, who's had an excellent day in place of Johnny Bench. He's 3 for 4. And with the bases loaded and 1 out, 7-1 Reds. He will bat, and he will walk. Oh, man. 2 walks with the bases loaded, and it's 8-1 Cincinnati. And there's no action in the Giants bullpen. So he's going to have to take it on the chin, it looks like. Well, now they get up Tom Bradley. Gullett's going to bat. I'm going to try and get Gullett more outs in the 9th, even though he's close to being tired. I'm going to just let him swing. He's not a bad hitter, so I'm just going to let him swing. 485, and there's a base hit to left. Base hit to left off Gullett's guard. And the Reds are blowing this game wide open. 76%. We have a 9-1 lead. Let's try. 76%. Let's score it. Just don't get hurt. 75 is a high number, though. And he gets him. He guns him down. So Concepcion is thrown out for the 2nd out. But it's 9-1 Cincinnati. First and second, 2 out for Pete Rose. So they get the out at home. Matthews with a great throw. But now Rose gets the base hit to right. And this is going to score Plummer from second with 2 out. I think it's an option for Gullett. Let's see. It's an option for Gullett, but I'm going to keep him at second with 2 out. It's 10-1. 2 out. First and second for Doug Flynn, who has yet to get a hit on the season. And there's a deep drive for Doug Flynn, but he's an F power, so it's probably not going anywhere. It is down the line, though? Or is it's just to left field, 353. You probably needed it down the line for any chance. A 10 is not going to be anything. So that's just a fly ball to left field. And that will finally end the 8th. But we're going to go to the 9th, 10-1 Cincinnati. All over the Giants in this one. Gullett's going to try and finish it. But if a couple of guys get on, I'll get someone up. I don't want them to get beat up too badly. Matthews leads it off against Gullett. And there's a double down the line. So I'm going to have to get somebody up. Double down the line for Matthews. And the Giants will have a runner on second. Nobody out. Gullett is now tired. Really didn't want to go to anyone. Oh, you know what? I'll just use... I don't know if I want to use Darcy. I don't remember who's starting the next game. I really don't want to use McEnany or Eastwick in this game. Who are my low endurance guys? Pedro Bobone pitched a lot. Alright. I'll get up Darcy. I don't want to use my 2 good lefty-righty closer combo. Runner on second, nobody out from Maddox. Let's see if Gullett can gut this out. Here's a high fly ball to right for the first out. With a little luck, Gullett will gut it out here and finish this game. So I don't have to actually use anybody. 1 out, runner on second for Spire. And a 966, a high fly ball to center field. So they're hitting the ball a little bit against Gullett, but he's hanging in there trying to get the complete game. He's only given up 1 run in this game. So it's 10-1. 2 out, 9th inning, runner on second. Miller up. Gullett trying to finish this game off. And a 958 is going to do it. High fly ball to center. Geronimo's going to put it away, and Gullett throws the complete game. He's going to go to 3-1. And the Reds are going to go to 11-5 on the season. Thanks for watching.